Hello to all my beautiful Love Yourselfers. This is a Love Yourself Guru and welcome to the Love Yourself TV. Today we're going to be doing a video on the 3 things that differentiate happy people from unhappy people. And so let's go straight into the 3 things. The first thing is that happy people do what makes them happy and stay away from what makes them sad. So happy people are very aware, they're very conscious of the way they live. They don't live in an unconscious life. And they are very aware, they found what brings them joy and they hang out there. And they've defined what brings them sadness and they stay away from it. Okay? And it's like a math equation. With happy people, it's like a math equation to them. Before they do anything, or if they have a choice of doing anything, they say to themselves, well, is this going to bring me joy or is it going to bring me sadness? If it's going to bring them joy, they do it. If it's going to bring them sadness, they really stay away from it. So let's say a happy person had a choice of either going for a walk with a friend or sitting down and gossiping with another friend. I bet you anything, 99% of the time, a happy person will go and choose the walk because they know that will bring them happiness in the long run. It will get the serotonin levels up. It's good for their health. And so they make really good choices and they are aware of what makes them happy and they hang out there. And happy people are aware of what makes them sad and they stay away from those things. Number 2 is they do what it takes. They do what it takes. Happy people know that happiness doesn't magically fall on their laps. Happiness, and when I am doing a course on happiness, and it's really interesting, a lot of people actually believe that happiness just comes, just comes to them, or it should just come to them. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Happiness it's a noun, but really in my head it's an action. Happiness needs action. It doesn't magically fall on your lap. And happy people do what it takes to put them in a state of happiness. They don't wait for people and they don't wait for circumstances to make them happy. They make themselves happy through their thoughts, through their choices, and through their actions. Again, it's like a math equation. They know that, for instance, exercise is a mood booster and it increases serotonin levels. They'll do some of that. They know prayer increases inner peace and reduces stress. They'll do some of that. They know that laughter is really good for your health and it increases happiness. They'll do some of that. They do what it takes to put themselves in a state of happiness. So that's point number 2. Point number 3, they know that happiness is a commitment. So happiness is like I said, it's not something that falls on your lap. You have to take action to be happy, to be in a state of happiness. But also you need to be committed to being happy. And commitment, if you're committed to anything, it needs consistency. Committing to anything needs consistency. So they are committed to being happy and they are consistent in taking the appropriate action needed to keep them in that state of happiness, to keep them in that vibration, to keep them in that flow. So for instance, you find that happy people, if they find that going for a walk or exercising or swimming actually boosts their mood, they will do it every day, or they'll do it 4 or 5 times a week or 3 times a week. They will do it consistently. They won't do it once a month. They will have that regularly in their life. For instance, they won't read a book a year. They'll read a book a week. They'll be consistent. They won't pray. For instance, if they found that prayer brings them happiness and joy, and inner peace. They won't pray when a calamity falls. Just when a calamity falls, they'll pray every day. They'll be consistent. They are consistent in the actions that they take. So they're committed to being happy, and they're consistent in the actions that they take to create the happiness that you want. And that consistency then becomes a habit. So that consistency of taking actions for things that make them happy, they become their habits. And so then happiness is not a goal anymore, it's just their way of being. So those are the 3 things that I found that differentiate happy people from unhappy people. And let's just have a quick recap. So the first thing is that happy people do what makes them happy and stay away from what makes them sad. They actually do fine. They know what makes them happy and what makes them unhappy. And they stay away from things that make them unhappy, and they hang around things that make them happy and people that make them happy. Number 2, they do what it takes. They do what it takes. They take the appropriate action. They don't wait for happiness to land on their laps. They take, and they don't wait for anybody to bring happiness to them or circumstances. They take their life, they can take control of their life in their hand, God willing, and they create their own happiness. And number 3 is they are committed to their happiness. They're committed to being happy. And so they are consistent in the actions that they take to always keep them in that state of happiness. And those actions eventually become their habits. And then their happiness is not a goal anymore, it's their way of being. So I love you loads. I hope you enjoyed this video. Kindly hit on the subscribe button and also click the like button. A link to my life story is below, and also a link to my website if you want any live coaching sessions is also below. Have a brilliant, beautiful, amazing, wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.